In a world where success often seems to hinge on standing out from the crowd, what if the key to true achievement lies in knowing when to fade into the background? Forget the spotlight. Why Success Isn't About Standing Out is a compelling exploration of this paradox, revealing how mental health challenges can obscure our paths to fulfillment in work, love, and life. This book serves as a powerful guide, offering insights and strategies for transforming pain into purpose and discomfort into growth. Are you ready to unlock the hidden potential that lies beneath the surface? Forget the spotlight. Why Success Isn't About Standing Out, written and published by Mindset Liberation. Chapter 1. Mastering Self-Discipline. In a society oriented toward instant gratification, the concept of self-discipline may feel like a relic of the past, an elusive monster lurking in the shadows of our aspirations. Yet, it is precisely this monster, when tamed and mastered, that unlocks the gates to our most profound achievements and offers a lifeline to those grappling with mental health issues. The origins of this struggle often lie in the very fabric of our modern existence, where distractions abound and the pressure to succeed accelerates. Individuals seeking solace and steadiness are often mired in a cycle of fleeting desires and external validation, diverting their energy away from authentic, meaningful endeavors. Recent studies indicate that approximately 1 in 5 adults experience mental illness, highlighting the urgent need for effective techniques in self-management and resilience. The impact of emotional challenges can complicate one's ability to remain disciplined, leading many to feel as though they are battling an invisible opponent. The faces of anxiety, depression, and their counterparts may be hidden beneath the surface, yet they undeniably permeate our daily lives. This oppressive weight is compounded by social media and rapid technological advancement, further entrenching our immediate need for approval and acknowledgement. Dr. Carol Dweck, a pioneer in the psychology of motivation, notes that the fixed mindset cultivated by ongoing comparisons can prevent us from developing the grit needed to push through adversities. Imagine Sarah, a talented artist whose vibrant imagination was once her greatest asset. Each brushstroke had the power to convey emotion and perspective. Yet, as she succumbed to self-doubt and procrastination, her canvases remained untouched. In conversations with friends, she often masks her struggles with humor, but inside, she wrestles with the stronghold of her mental health. With every missed opportunity to paint, Sarah feels her passion dimming. Her journey epitomizes that of many. The absence of self-discipline leads to an overwhelming sense of stagnation. For people like Sarah, mastering self-discipline is not just a path for professional success, it's a vital mechanism for claiming back control over their lives. Self-discipline is multifaceted and begins with recognizing the internal narratives that hold us back. Experts advocate for acknowledging the fears and doubts that come with setting ambitious goals. The journey toward self-discipline entails deliberate practice and conditioning, comparable to training for a marathon. Initially daunting, the process becomes easier with consistent effort and commitment. It requires a willingness to face discomfort, understanding that temporary pain often leads to long-term gain. For many, particularly those grappling with mental health challenges, this profound realization can feel groundbreaking, sparking motivation to renew their life path. Mastering self-discipline is a quest for fortitude and clarity, an invitation to confront our patterns of avoidance and distraction. It empowers us to cultivate resilience amidst uncertainty and takes courage to acknowledge the gaps in our routines while challenging ourselves to pause before yielding to temptation. Engaging with this chapter will immerse you in techniques and mindsets that lie at the heart of self-discipline. Your own journey may mirror that of Sarah, as you awaken to the undeniable truth that arriving at your dreams requires steadfast commitment and the mastering of this intrinsic skill. Welcome to the first steps in your quest ahead. Self-discipline, or the lack thereof, exerts a profound influence on our emotional landscape, decision-making processes, relationships, and inherently, our self-esteem. When we falter in our self-discipline, we often experience an emotional roller coaster, oscillating between fleeting joy and deep disappointment. This instability leads to a pattern where our emotions dictate our actions, creating a feedback loop that reinforces feelings of inadequacy. For instance, consider the case of Jamila, a college student who struggled to balance her academic responsibilities with her social life. Every time she chose to attend a party instead of studying, she felt a momentary rush of excitement. Yet, this thrill was invariably followed by guilt and anxiety the next day as deadlines loomed closer. In this manner, the undisciplined choices led not only to poor academic performance, but also eroded Jamila's confidence in her abilities, causing her to spiral further into self-doubt. This emotional chaos not only hinders individual decision-making, but also clouds the judgment involved in managing personal relationships. When we indulge in impulsive actions or prioritize immediate gratification, we risk alienating ourselves from those who genuinely care. Research conducted by psychologist Timothy Wilson reveals that individuals who lack self-control often resort to external distractions in times of stress, opting for quick fixes instead of engaging in meaningful connections. For many, this results in a sense of isolation that can deepen feelings of despair. Take Alex, for example, whose tendency to avoid confrontation led him to withdraw during conflicts with friends. His inability to maintain self-discipline manifested in avoidance rather than productive communication, ultimately straining his relationships. Over time, these repeated patterns left him feeling friendless and alone, severely impacting his mental health. Furthermore, the consequences of poor self-discipline extend to self-esteem, engendering a harmful cycle. When discipline slips, achievements fade, and failures mount. Each unfulfilled commitment can become a catalyst for self-criticism, shaping an identity that hinges upon perceived shortcomings. A study published by the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology highlights that those with lower self-regulatory capacities often grapple with self-worth issues, which perpetuates their battle against mental health problems. For individuals like Mina, whose journey included a history of comparing herself unfavorably to others, the effects of undisciplined behavior crystallized in her resigning to defeatist thoughts. She viewed her lack of progress not as a setback, but as a testament to her failure as a person, further entrenching her into the throes of anxiety and depression. Many succumb to the allure of instant gratification due to deeply ingrained societal norms that celebrate short-term achievements while neglecting the importance of sustained effort. It is easier to scroll through endless social media feeds, momentarily numbing discomfort, than to face our emotions head-on. This culture not only cultivates impatience, but also reinforces unrealistic expectations. Modern conveniences conspire against our discipline, seducing us with quick fixes that momentarily satisfy our needs. Awareness of these behavioral patterns is critical. Recognizing why we often yield can illuminate the path toward regaining control over life choices. As we delve deeper into the nuances of self-discipline, understanding these obstacles is paramount for establishing lasting change. The weaving tapestry of our emotions, relationships, and self-worth underscores the urgency of mastering this critical skill. With awareness comes responsibility. An acknowledgement of our tendencies can serve as a pivotal turning point. As we transition into the next part of this chapter, we will unveil the hidden warning signs that many people overlook during their journey, equipping you with the knowledge to identify and confront these challenges head-on. Prepare to gain insight that can alter your course toward a more empowered future. As we delve into the manifestations of mental health issues intertwined with self-discipline, it is crucial to recognize how these challenges often surface and reveal themselves in our daily lives. These symptoms can appear deceptively, cloaked in behaviors we may dismiss as merely procrastination or laziness. However, beneath these surface-level attributes lies a more complex web of emotional turmoil and disrupted self-regulation. Anxiety, sadness, and irritability frequently accompany the struggle for discipline, acting as sirens that derail our focus and aspirations. This disconnection between what we want to achieve and what we actually commit to doing creates a chasm paved with frustration. Consider the case of Daniel, a high-performing professional who found that his once disciplined routine gradually dissolved into chaotic habits. His mornings, once filled with productive rituals, devolved into a scramble, leaving him perpetually late and emotionally drained. Each instance of unpunctuality further eroded his confidence and exacerbated feelings of inadequacy. In conversations with his therapist, he learned that these emotional responses were indicative of underlying anxiety, which pushed him to avoid confronting his circumstances. The more he avoided dealing with his anxiety, the larger it loomed over his life. Recognizing this as a manifestation of his mental health issue marked a crucial first step towards seeking help and developing proactive strategies for change. Similar patterns can be identified in individuals grappling with self-esteem and relationship challenges. For instance, Maria frequently measured her self-worth based on the opinions of others, leading to erratic emotional states that fluctuated with external validation. Withdrawing during moments of stress or riding the highs of fleeting compliments became her modus operandi, yet she ultimately found herself encaged by a cycle that left her yearning for something more substantial. When she finally identified these patterns and perceived the correlation between her struggles with self-discipline and her mental health, she experienced an awakening. It was a defining moment where she grasped the importance of acknowledging and understanding her emotional landscape. Recognizing these issues is not merely about becoming aware. It is the essential key that unlocks the door to healing. When we cultivate awareness of our behaviors and their emotional repercussions, we take the first courageous step toward reclaiming agency over our lives. It's often a matter of defying the stigma that clings to mental health discussions. Understanding that the journey to healing necessitates honesty with oneself facilitates not only personal insight, but also a broader narrative of compassion toward our struggles. The acknowledgement of our vulnerabilities permits space for growth and redemption, transforming our relationship with ourselves. As we transition into the next chapter, we uncover empowering strategies designed to confront these mental health challenges head-on. The focus will shift to embracing discomfort as a daily practice, essential for enhancing self-discipline and fortifying mental well-being. This exploration will not only arm you with tools for immediate application, but also pave the way for a more resilient mindset. Remember, understanding your mental health is the first crucial step on the road to healing. To keep this journey alive and thriving, be sure to support Mindset Liberation by liking this content, engaging with your thoughts in the comments, and providing suggestions for future topics that resonate with you. Your voice is a vital part of this community as we navigate the critical pathways toward personal growth together. Chapter 2: Embracing Discomfort Daily. Embracing discomfort is not a mere cliché, but a transformative practice essential for those seeking to master their self-discipline and foster mental resilience. This chapter will unravel how voluntarily facing discomfort can serve as a powerful antidote to overcome the array of challenges posed by a lack of discipline. The origins of this method are deeply rooted in psychological principles, underscoring the notion that growth often requires us to step outside our comfort zones and engage with the uncomfortable aspects of life. It is often in these moments of vulnerability that we unlock the potential for profound personal development. Statistics reveal that a staggering 70% of individuals experience some form of anxiety in their lifetime, marking discomfort as a near-universal human experience. This statistic should not dishearten you. Rather, it highlights that struggling with discomfort is something everyone faces at various points in their lives. Understanding this shared struggle can foster solidarity and encourage individuals to reframe how they perceive challenges. Experts like psychologist Brené Brown emphasize that vulnerability is an inherent part of bravery, and that confronting discomfort is necessary to cultivate authentic connections and personal well-being. When we embrace discomfort, we are essentially a step closer to confronting our inner fears and insecurities, disarming the hold they have over our choices. Let's explore the story of Paul, an individual whose comfort zone became both a refuge and a prison. Until recently, Paul's primary interactions took place within familiar circles. The thought of engaging with new people sent a wave of dread through him, leading to missed opportunities for growth and connection. However, fueled by the desire for advancement, he embarked on a journey to consciously embrace discomfort. He initiated conversations with strangers and took part in activities that challenged his comfort zone. At first, the experience felt overwhelming, and he often second-guessed his choices. Yet as he persisted, something remarkable happened. Paul began to unravel layers of self-imposed restrictions. He started experiencing an elevated sense of confidence that permeated various aspects of his life. Research also supports this practice, illustrating that exposing ourselves to discomfort deliberately can enhance our coping mechanisms, making us more resilient over time. In a study published by the American Psychological Association, Chamgajadari Discomfort as a Pathway for Growth, embraced discomfort witnessed significant improvements in emotional intelligence and problem-solving skills. This powerful neurological adaptation alters how we engage with challenges, instilling a sense of confidence in our abilities to handle adversity. By stepping forward when faced with uncertainty, individuals can reshape their emotional landscapes, ultimately transforming their mindset and core beliefs. It's essential to understand that embracing discomfort does not imply a reckless disregard for one's well-being. Rather, it is a mindful practice of progressively confronting challenges within a safe framework. By developing habits that fortify one's ability to face the uncomfortable, each small act contributes to a transformative journey where control and empowerment reign. What may initially seem daunting can gradually morph into a source of strength that propels you forward. As you embark on this chapter, remember that discomfort is not the enemy, but a catalyst for growth and resilience. By willingly facing challenges, you assert your power to reshape your experiences and foster a deeper connection with your true self. The journey ahead may feel intimidating, yet it carries with it the promise of profound transformation. Prepare to delve deeper into strategies that harness the potential of discomfort as we move forward into exploring practical techniques for embracing and thriving through life's uncertainties. The keys to lasting change lie within your grasp. Embracing discomfort serves as a beacon of hope in overcoming the obstacles posed by fear and uncertainty, as it directly targets the core of our self-discipline challenges. This method is grounded in substantial scientific evidence, showing that engaging willingly with discomfort can initiate transformative processes in both our psychology and physiological response systems. By purposefully confronting discomfort, we stimulate an innate growth response that builds emotional resilience, essentially rewiring our brain to better cope with unease. This rewiring occurs through neural plasticity, a principle suggesting that our brains can form new pathways based on repeated patterns and experiences. Consequently, individuals harness the power of discomfort to strengthen their mental fortitude, making them eventually more adept at handling adverse situations. Let's delve into the story of Rachel, an athlete and motivational speaker whose trajectory underscores the potency of embracing discomfort. A gifted runner, she once found herself hindered by anxiety so paralytic that it compromised her performance and overall mental health. Every race became a battleground, with discomfort overwhelming her sense of control. Desperate for change, Rachel identified a critical need to confront her fear of discomfort. She decided to enter longer and more challenging races, forging purposeful connections with supportive friends to create a strong environment during her training. Initially, each step on the track felt daunting. She sensed the familiar tug of anxiety clinging to her as she pushed her limits. Yet as she persisted, the very act of facing that discomfort began to foster an exhilarating sense of achievement. Scientific studies reveal that embracing discomfort cultivates resilience by altering the brain's response to stress. According to research conducted by the University of California, participants who engaged in exposure therapy, a practice akin to embracing discomfort, resulted in a marked decrease in anxiety levels alongside enhanced stress regulation. When faced with anxiety-inducing stimuli through gradual exposure, individuals not only adjust their emotional responses, but also refine their ability to manage stress confidently. Rachel's success mirrors these findings. Not only did she complete several long-distance races, but she also began to view discomfort as a powerful ally rather than a foe. By repeatedly choosing discomfort, she transformed her relationship with anxiety, turning what used to paralyze her into an energizing challenge. Furthermore, embracing discomfort lays the groundwork for cultivating skills such as emotional intelligence, determination, and problem-solving capabilities. Studies indicate that individuals who regularly engage in challenging situations report higher levels of self-efficacy, ultimately translating to improved performance in diverse aspects of their lives. Rachel's ability to scale her personal heights reflects the profound truth behind such research, where faced adversities forged an unshakable conviction in her capabilities. By adopting this method, you too have the opportunity to reshape your narrative surrounding discomfort. Each step toward embracing the challenges you circulate around can manifest into a significant transformation of both your inner and external world. The essence of true growth is frequently anchored in our willingness to step outside the lackluster safety of comfort and permit life's challenges to carve pathways toward enhancement. As you ponder the impact of embracing discomfort, consider how you might apply it in various areas of your own life. The next segment will illuminate practical strategies for embarking on this empowering journey, offering actionable insights to guide you through embracing discomfort with renewed confidence and intention. It's time to unlock the potential that lies within. Be prepared to take that first courageous step toward a life enriched by resilience and growth. Remember, the journey ahead is yours to navigate, and the power of transformation is firmly in your grasp. As we move forward into practical application, it's time to explore how you can embrace discomfort in your everyday life. The journey of transformation begins with simple, actionable steps that propel you into a realm of personal growth. You don't need to leap into the deep end immediately. Instead, start with small, manageable challenges that increase your comfort with discomfort, while allowing you to celebrate each small victory along the way. Today, you're going to engage in powerful exercises that encourage you to step beyond the familiar and confront the unknown. Begin by identifying a small discomfort in your daily life that you can tackle head-on. This discomfort could range from initiating a conversation with someone you don't know well, bringing up a challenging topic with a friend, or setting aside time each day for a task you have been avoiding. Choose something that feels a tad uncomfortable but manageable. Remember, this is about progress, not perfection. Write down this discomfort in a journal and include why you feel it's relevant to your growth. This initial acknowledgement serves as a catalyst for change. It empowers you to recognize and confront resistance. Next, take a moment to visualize yourself successfully navigating this discomfort. Picture yourself engaging in the uncomfortable task with confidence and poise. Imagine the sensations of accomplishment coursing through you, picturing the pride that comes after facing a fear. Visualization is a potent technique that primes the mind for success and motivates you to make that leap. Once you've gathered the inspiration, set a specific time frame for executing this uncomfortable task. Commitment is key. For example, designate a day and time to engage in that conversation you've been avoiding or to work on the project you've tucked away. Post reminders, sticky notes on your fridge, or calendar alerts on your phone to prepare yourself mentally and to hold yourself accountable. As you approach the moment of engaging in discomfort, remind yourself of the benefits that come after. After successfully following through with your discomfort challenge, take time to recognize your achievement. Document your feelings and any triumphs in your journal. How did you navigate the challenges? What emotions did you experience? Each of these reflections will reinforce the incurred momentum, setting the stage for future discomfort challenges. In your reflection, consider noting 2 areas to hone for your next attempt, taking into account what went well and what aspects can be improved. You can elevate this practice by building a discomfort challenge schedule. Each week, seal it with small commitments like joining a group podcast discussion or volunteering to lead a meeting at work. Such actions push you toward interactions you would ordinarily shy away from, while reinforcing your progress through tangible commitments. The journey to embracing discomfort can fundamentally uplift your self-discipline and mental resilience. With each small win, you reinforce the belief that moving beyond your comfort zone is indeed possible and liberating. As you step into these discomforts, remember, every bit of growth will qualify you for larger challenges ahead. Next up, we will explore cultivating patience and grit integral components on the pathway toward achieving long-term goals. These characteristics will become your allies in sustaining momentum as you face discomfort. You'll learn how to weave these values into daily practices that prepare you for the challenges on your horizon. Make sure to stay engaged and share your thoughts with us. We'd love for you to subscribe to Mindset Liberation, leave a like on this content, and share your insights and suggestions for future discussions. Your voice is a vital part of our thriving community as we continue together on this transformative journey. Chapter 3: Cultivating Patience and Grit. In a fast-paced world that often equates immediacy with success, cultivating patience and grit becomes a powerful antidote to the pervasive pressures of our time. Those who thrive are not necessarily the quickest or the loudest. Instead, they are often those who embrace persistence and remain steadfast when faced with adversity. This chapter delves deep into the profound impact of patience and grit on our personal and professional lives, equipping you with the tools needed to harness these vital qualities. Understanding that these attributes are not innate, but can be cultivated, gives you empowering clarity on how to transform challenges into stepping stones toward greatness. The roots of patience and grit trace back to psychological resilience, a concept explored extensively in the fields of psychology and education. Research conducted by psychologist Angela Duckworth highlights that grit, a potent combination of passion and perseverance for long-term goals, plays a significant role in determining success. In her studies, she found that individuals with higher levels of grit consistently outperformed their peers in various contexts, from academic settings to professional pursuits. Her findings illuminate an important truth: intelligence, talent, or sheer hard work alone do not guarantee success. Rather, it is often the unwavering commitment to seeing things through, even in the face of setbacks, that truly matters. Consider the inspiring journey of Sam, a budding entrepreneur who faced numerous roadblocks while trying to launch his startup. Each setback felt monumental, be it a failed funding proposal or a product that fell short of expectations. Initially, Sam felt overwhelmed, riddled with doubt, and tempted to abandon his dreams altogether. However, fueled by a passion for his vision and an indomitable determination to succeed, he made a conscious choice to cultivate patience and grit. Instead of seeing failures as insurmountable obstacles, he began viewing them as essential lessons. With each setback, he cataloged what went wrong, adjusted his strategies, and persevered. Statistics reinforce the notion that nurturing patience and grit can significantly improve outcomes across various fields. For example, studies show that students who demonstrate higher levels of grit tend to achieve better results on standardized tests and maintain higher academic performance throughout their education. When individuals focus on long-term rewards while accepting the necessity of hurdles along the way, their resilience strengthens and their likelihood of success increases. The journey towards cultivating patience and grit is inherently personal, but it is also universal in its relevance. Current data indicates that emotional struggles, such as those rooted in anxiety and disappointment, often stem from an overwhelming desire for instant results in a world misled by picturesque highlights of success. It's critical to understand that each moment of effort contributes to a much larger vision that requires time and determination to unfold. You wield the power to cultivate these qualities within yourself, and acknowledging this possibility turns frustration and impatience into motivation and growth opportunities. Embracing patience empowers you to savor the journey and build resilience in the face of challenges, while grit ensures steadfastness in your pursuits. This chapter will guide you through practical exercises that reinforce patience and grit, equipping you with skills for maintaining momentum toward long-term goals. By nurturing these vital elements of character, you'll reclaim mastery over your response to challenges, instilling a renewed sense of confidence and purpose. Prepare yourself for a groundbreaking exploration of practical strategies designed to embed patience and grit into your life, allowing you to move forward with conviction and grace. Your commitment to personal growth may just redefine what is possible in your journey of self-discovery and achievement. Cultivating patience and grit proves effective not only in achieving long-term goals, but also in overcoming the various mental barriers that inhibit progress and satisfaction. These qualities function as critical components of emotional resilience, equipping you with the persistence necessary to face life's challenges. In a world that often glorifies immediacy and quick results, recognizing the strength that lies in patience and perseverance becomes an invaluable asset. By building these characteristics, you train your mind to remain focused and composed even when faced with setbacks and discouragement. Scientific research underlines the effectiveness of cultivating patience and grit as mechanisms for success and emotional health. For instance, studies conducted by Angela Duckworth and colleagues have consistently shown that individuals with higher levels of grit demonstrate better performance across various facets of life, from completing educational programs to achieving significant professional milestones. This alignment between grit and measurable success highlights how persistence can act as a buffer against life's inevitable challenges. By reinforcing the idea that hard work and dedication can pay off over time, people are more likely to remain motivated despite difficult circumstances. Take the inspiring example of Mia, a young artist whose creative journey epitomizes the values of patience and grit. After experiencing rejection from multiple galleries during attempts to showcase her work, Mia battled feelings of inadequacy and frustration. Initially, she considered quitting, believing her art would never resonate with others. Yet, fueled by her passion for creativity and a commitment to growth, she decided to channel her energy into honing her craft rather than fixating solely on external validation. Mia began dedicating hours to explore new styles and techniques. As weeks turned into months, her newfound patience enabled her to embrace the process of improvement rather than rushing toward immediate recognition. Each rejection became a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. They taught her resilience and strengthened her resolve. Gradually, her skill set grew, resulting in dramatic improvements in her artwork. One day, Mia's 21st gallery submission led to an invitation to showcase her work, an accomplishment built on months of cultivation fueled by patience and tenacity. Such real-life transformations exemplify the science behind developing these qualities. Experimental psychology has long established that honing patience enhances emotional regulation, which amplifies overall performance. Research by the University of Pennsylvania demonstrated that individuals willing to delay gratification, an indicator of patience, exhibit better stress management and adaptive coping strategies. Developing these skills creates a feedback loop. As you practice patience, your capacity to endure is strengthened, allowing you to face tougher challenges with greater ease. Moreover, grit facilitates a mindset shift, where short-term frustrations are viewed as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. Combining patience and grit shapes perspectives in ways that redefine failure and success, paving the pathway for long-term achievement. It empowers you to not merely endure setbacks but also thrive in the face of them, following in the footsteps of individuals like Mia, who refuse to relent when met with adversity. In recognizing the efficacy of these qualities, you are invited to embark on your journey of transformation infused with intention and perseverance. The next step in this chapter will impart practical skills dedicated to cultivating patience and grit within you. As the foundation of sustainable success, you'll learn techniques designed to help you infuse these attributes into your daily life, thereby unlocking your potential and ensuring meaningful progress toward your goals. Prepare to embrace the journey and reinforce your commitment, for patience and grit will be the armor you wear on the path to future achievements. As we embark on the journey of cultivating patience and grit, let's dive into actionable steps that you can implement today. The key here is to approach these qualities not as abstract concepts, but as tangible skills you can practice daily. By committing to these steps, you will not only enhance your resilience, but also empower yourself to navigate life's challenges with a renewed sense of determination and purpose. To kick things off, start by setting a specific long-term goal that excites you. A passion project, a career milestone, or a personal challenge you want to conquer. Write it down in clear, vivid terms, describing why it matters to you and how achieving it would impact your life. This articulation transforms your abstract aspirations into concrete realities, enabling you to visualize your path forward. It will serve as your motivational anchor whenever you encounter setbacks along the way. Next, break this large goal into smaller, manageable milestones. The idea here is to create stepping stones that you can celebrate as victories on your journey. For instance, if your long-term goal is to write a book, set mini goals like completing a chapter each week or dedicating certain hours each day to writing. By focusing on these smaller achievements, you generate momentum and confidence that gradually builds up your grit. Each small win becomes an essential part of the bigger picture and reinforces the value of persistence. Developing a daily practice of reflection is another vital step. Take just a few minutes each day to jot down your experiences related to patience and grit in your journal. Reflect on what challenges you faced, how you felt about them, and the solutions you employed. Was there a moment when you exhibited patience instead of rushing? Did you dig deep when faced with adversity? Tracking your progress not only increases self-awareness, but also highlights the moments when you successfully leaned into discomfort. Over time, this reflection will empower you to adjust your strategies and continue cultivating resilience. Incorporate mindfulness techniques into your routine as well. Practicing mindfulness encourages you to accept your present experiences without judgment, which is essential for developing patience. Dedicate a few minutes daily to simply breathe, focusing on each inhalation and exhalation. Acknowledge your thoughts and feelings, especially those surrounding instances of frustration or impatience, without letting them define your reality. Mindfulness allows you to observe without reacting, ultimately nurturing the patience necessary for personal growth. Finally, actively seek feedback from trusted friends, family, or mentors. Engage with these individuals by sharing your goals and progress. Honesty fosters accountability and keeps you rooted in your commitment to improvement. Don't shy away from asking how they perceive your growth in patience and grit. Their insights can illuminate areas you might overlook and bolster your resolve to stay the course. By actively engaging in these practices, not only will you boost your patience and grit, but you will also cultivate a robust foundation for sustaining your efforts in the long term. Remember, everyone progresses at their own rate, so embrace each step as part of your unique journey. Your commitment will surely pave the way for incredible transformations in your life. As we transition into the next chapter, we'll explore how to rewire your mindset for future rewards. This will empower you to redefine how you view success while further enhancing your ability to maintain patience and grit. Ensure you stay tuned for insights that will push you toward living the life you've always envisioned. Don't forget to engage with Mindset Liberation. Like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments to foster a supportive community as we continue this transformative journey together. Your experiences and insights can inspire others and create lasting change all around. Chapter 4: Rewiring for Future Rewards. Transforming your mindset to focus on future rewards can be one of the most powerful shifts you make in your journey toward growth and fulfillment. This chapter will guide you through the process of rewiring your thinking to prioritize long-term benefits over immediate gratification. Understanding how your mindset shapes your approach to challenges and opportunities is vital for achieving your goals. By consciously redirecting your thoughts toward future rewards, you empower yourself to master delays and invest in your long-term success. The origins of this mindset change lie in the interplay between the immediate and delayed reward systems in the brain. Neuropsychological studies have shown that when individuals prioritize instant gratifications, such as unhealthy eating or procrastination, it can trigger dopamine responses that provide short-lived pleasure. However, when we shift our focus to delayed gratification, affectionately known as future rewards, we engage deeper cognitive pathways that can reinforce our capacity for self-regulation and discipline. According to research published in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, individuals who possess a heightened ability to delay gratification tend to experience better mental health outcomes, increased academic success, and improved emotional well-being. To further illustrate this critical concept, consider the case of Alina, a young professional determined to build a successful career while managing her anxiety. Early on, Alina often opted for the immediate relief of distractions, such as mindlessly scrolling through social media or binge-watching TV shows, instead of tackling her work assignments. This habit provided her with temporary comfort, but resulted in overwhelming stress and a nagging sense of underachievement, which exacerbated her anxiety. One day, after a particularly challenging week filled with deadlines and missed opportunities, Alina made a pivotal decision to change her focus. Recognizing the impact of her choices on her emotional state, she took a step back and developed a plan centered on future rewards. She envisioned a successful career and the joy of personal growth, not solely as distant dreams, but as attainable by committing to disciplined actions in the present. This mental shift was transformative. Rather than allowing fleeting pleasures to dictate her choices, she began investing time in completing her tasks, understanding that every accomplishment brought her closer to her long-term aspirations. Alina's awareness of the dynamics of future rewards empowered her to visualize the importance of sustained effort. By approaching each task as a stepping stone toward something greater, she harnessed the autonomy to break free from the anxiety and discontentment that stemmed from immediate temptations. Through Alina's struggles, we see profound evidence that rewiring our brains to prioritize future rewards is accessible and necessary for sustained growth. Statistics and expert insights bolster this narrative, corroborating that individuals who engage in long-term planning exhibit a greater sense of life satisfaction and well-being. A longitudinal study by the Stanford Marshmallow Experiment highlighted that children who demonstrated early capacities to delay gratification have continually outperformed their peers in various aspects of life when examined as adults. This evidence reveals the intrinsic connection between our ability to focus on future rewards and our overarching success. By realigning your mindset to value delayed gratification and future aspirations, you stay in control of your progress, channeling your energy toward rewarding outcomes. This chapter signifies not just a change in thinking, but a pledge to invest in your future, prompting you to embrace discipline, self-awareness, and intentionality in your daily decisions. As we continue, we will explore practical strategies that reinforce this powerful shift, ensuring you possess the tools necessary to navigate the challenges on your path with confidence and fervor. The reins of your destiny are in your hands, and it's time to steer toward the rewarding life that awaits you. Rewiring your brain to focus on future rewards is not just an abstract concept. It is a concrete strategy rooted in the science of behavior change and emotional regulation. This method effectively aids in overcoming the pervasive pitfalls of instant gratification that many individuals face. The urge for immediate rewards often overrides more thoughtful decision-making, leading to cycles of procrastination or undesirable behaviors. However, by learning to prioritize future benefits, you can break these patterns and usher in a positive transformation in your life. The effectiveness of this strategy is well supported by psychological research. Studies conducted on goal setting and delayed gratification, such as the well-known Stanford Marshmallow Experiment, illustrate the profound impact that future-oriented thinking has on behavior. In this groundbreaking study, young children who were able to delay gratification and wait for a greater reward showed significant advantages later in life, from better academic performance to improved coping skills under stress. The ability to visualize and commit to future rewards strengthens neural pathways associated with self-control and discipline, providing a scientific basis for why this approach creates tangible results. Consider the real-life transformation of Jake, a young man who struggled with a debilitating habit of procrastination that left him feeling unfulfilled. Initially, Jake found himself cluttered with unfinished projects, often choosing short-lived pleasures, such as watching television or indulging in social media scrolling, rather than addressing his pressing responsibilities. This habit ultimately drained his motivation and dragged down his self-esteem, leaving him in a loop of shame and frustration. Upon recognizing that this cycle needed changing, Jake began to experiment with emphasizing future rewards in his daily decision-making. He created a vision board that prominently featured his long-term goals, completing his degree, securing a stable job, and enhancing his personal relationships. By distilling his objectives into tangible outcomes, he could visualize how current behaviors would either propel or hinder his journey. The simple act of regularly revisiting his aspirations instilled a newfound sense of purpose that reframed his perspective on immediate activities. For Jake, focusing on these future rewards shifted his internal dialogue. Instead of berating himself for procrastinating, he began asking, "What future benefit am I sacrificing if I give in to immediate pleasure?" By implementing daily tasks aligned with his long-term goals, he gradually shifted his behavior. Completing assignments, working on projects, and investing time in building connections became stepping stones on the path to his larger aspirations. As a result of this radical viewpoint change, Jake noticed that each completed task not only brought him closer to his objectives, but also fostered a sense of fulfillment that far outweighed the fleeting pleasures of procrastination. Expanding on this transformation, researchers also point to the 10,000-hour rule popularized by Malcolm Gladwell, suggesting that consistent practice and dedication are essential in mastering any skill. Focusing on future rewards builds the mental capacity needed to endure rigorous practice and commitment over time. As you commit to this process, you nourish resilience, capability, and a growing belief in your potential. Harnessing the effectiveness of future rewards allows you to enhance your emotional intelligence, create self-awareness, and cultivate a growth-oriented mindset. Seeing your actions aligned with your values and aspirations enhances your sense of agency and self-efficacy. Encouraging this approach fosters an environment where you can liberate yourself from reiterative cycles of instant gratification, and enabling you to arrive at meaningful accomplishments filled with satisfaction. As we navigate further into this journey of self-improvement, we will delve into practical strategies for establishing future-oriented mindsets that solidify your ability to plan, achieve, and thrive. The promise of a rewarding future begins with your chosen mindset today, and through deliberate practice, that promise can become an empowered reality. Be prepared to embrace the tools that can change your trajectory for good. As we take actionable steps into rewiring your mindset for future rewards, it's crucial to break down this process into tangible exercises that invite immediate engagement and momentum. The journey toward transformation begins with intentionally crafting your perspective to prioritize long-term benefits over immediate satisfaction. By imbuing your daily activities with a future-focused outlook, you can cultivate habits that serve your personal and professional aspirations. Start by identifying a specific long-term goal that resonates deeply with you. This could be related to your career, health, education, or personal development. Visualize precisely what achieving this goal would look and feel like. To make this vivid, write a detailed narrative about your future self, having achieved this goal. Describe your daily life, emotional state, and how reaching this milestone has impacted your horizon. Putting this vision into words clarifies your motivation and sets the stage for future success. Now that you have your long-term vision in mind, break it down into a series of smaller, actionable milestones that will lead you to that ultimate goal. These milestones serve as checkpoints along your journey and crucially emphasize the importance of focusing on small wins. Create a timeline for these milestones, assigning specific dates to each one. By doing so, you create accountability for every step you take, transforming delayed gratification into tangible progress you can celebrate. A powerful technique to aid this process is the Future Rewards Visualization exercise, which can be performed weekly. Set aside time each week to meditate on your long-term vision. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and imagine yourself living out your future reward. Picture not only the external circumstances, but also how achieving this goal influences your mindset, confidence, and overall happiness. Reflecting on these periods of gratification reinforces your commitment to the goal while building your emotional connection to future rewards. Additionally, implement a practice known as reward journaling, where you track the small wins you achieve each day or week that link to your long-term goals. These can be achievements such as completing a significant task or overcoming a hurdle. Write down these accomplishments and how they connect to your future aspirations. This exercise instills a sense of recognition and positive reinforcement, gradually shifting your focus from chasing immediate pleasures to appreciating the accomplishments that coincide with your larger goals. As part of your routine, practice reframing moments of temptation or immediate gratification. When you find yourself distracted or tempted to indulge in a short-term pleasure, pause and ask yourself, what future reward am I sacrificing right now? Repositioning the decision-making process in this way cultivates mindfulness around your choices, empowering you to act deliberately toward your broader aspirations. Celebrate each milestone and small win. Affirming your achievements nourishes motivation and fosters confidence. Host a mini celebration for each milestone. Treat yourself to something enjoyable as a reward. Share your success with a friend, or simply take a moment to reflect on how far you have come. As we progress through this journey, we will look into the next chapter, which emphasizes resisting the lure of instant gratification and the significance of establishing consistent habits. Together, we will explore mechanisms aimed at sustaining your newfound mindset and further equipping you to navigate life's complexities. Remember, the continual practice of these strategies to prioritize future rewards proves invaluable as you work toward a fulfilling life. Before we move on, engage with us. Subscribe to Mindset Liberation for ongoing insights that fuel your growth journey. Give this content a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Your journey matters, and your voice can inspire others. Together, let's flourish in this empowering path toward collective transformation. Chapter 5. Resisting Instant Gratification. In an age dominated by rapid-fire technology and instant access to information, the challenge of resisting instant gratification looms larger than ever. This chapter seeks to equip you with the mental tools necessary to overcome the seductive pull of immediate rewards that can derail your long-term aspirations. Developing the skill to defer gratification is not merely about self-denial. It's about exercising personal agency and reimagining how your values align with your long-term goals. By mastering this skill, you empower yourself to make choices that propel you toward a life filled with meaning and fulfillment. The origins of humanity's preference for instant gratification can be rooted in biological impulses, designed to provide swift responses to life's immediate needs. Our ancestors, navigating perilous environments, relied on instincts to secure food, safety, and companionship. However, in today's world, where conveniences abound, these primal impulses often manifest as unwarranted distractions, leading individuals to gravitate toward immediate pleasure, be it social media stimulation, junk food, or mindless entertainment, at the expense of long-term well-being. Statistics reveal that around 70% of adults admit to experiencing difficulties managing procrastination and impulse control, a clear indication of the widespread nature of this problem. The effects ripple into many areas of life, from academic performance to professional achievements, illustrating the recurrent impact of instant gratification. Studies corroborate this phenomenon, indicating a direct correlation between impulsive decisions and decreased life satisfaction. Research by psychologist R.F. Baumeister shows that individuals with higher impulse control experience lower levels of depression and stress, underscoring the urgency of learning to resist fleeting temptations in favor of lasting achievements. Consider the case of Rachel, a college student who found her social life consistently interrupting her academic commitments. She was often tempted to succumb to the allure of all-night parties and binge-watching shows, resulting in fatigued study sessions and below-par grades. Rachel initially perceived these immediate rewards as central to her college experience, believing they brought her joy. However, a pivotal moment arrived during finals week, where the cumulative weight of her procrastination led to panic and overwhelming anxiety. Rachel had an epiphany. She realized that these fleeting desires were robbing her of longer-lasting fulfillment. Determined to change, she began shifting her mindset toward long-term achievement. Rachel crafted a schedule that prioritized her studies while carving out small windows of socializing as reward-based breaks. This technique not only facilitated her academic performance but also transformed her relationship with her peers, allowing her to enjoy moments of connection guilt-free after productive work sessions. Research validates Rachel's journey. A study published in the journal Emotion found that individuals who employ self-regulation and delay gratification report higher levels of life satisfaction and emotional well-being. By consistently practicing resistance to instant gratification, individuals rewire their brains, creating new patterns in reward processing. Resisting immediate rewards does not require rigid self-denial. Rather, it consists of leveraging newfound awareness to reprioritize choices in ways that are sustainable and aligned with your aspirations. By embracing this notion, you take charge of your decisions and fortify your resolve against the habits that can hinder progress. As this chapter unfolds, you will learn practical strategies designed to facilitate your ability to resist instant gratification without imposing harsh restrictions on your life. Reimagining how you engage with immediate pleasures will empower you to redirect your focus towards sustainable satisfaction. This pivotal shift will enhance not only your capacity for self-regulation, but also your emotional resilience, reinforcing the message that you have the strength to direct your journey to fulfillment. The path towards lasting success awaits your commitment to overcome the distractions of the present, preparing you for the rewarding possibilities that lie ahead. Resisting instant gratification is a crucial strategy for overcoming the pervasive challenges associated with impulsive decision-making. This method proves highly effective because it engages the core aspects of self-control and emotional regulation that directly contribute to long-term success and fulfillment. Studies indicate that the ability to delay gratification can be cultivated through practice and intention, leading to profound changes in one's overall lifestyle and mental well-being. Scientific research substantiates the effectiveness of this method. The dual systems theory of decision-making explains that our brains operate on two pathways: the impulsive system, which is quick and emotion-driven, and the reflective system, which takes more time to evaluate choices logically. The struggle to resist instant gratification often arises from choosing the impulsive system, acting on desires without thoroughly considering the consequences. However, by practicing tools for resisting these urges, you can strengthen the reflective system, allowing rational thought and long-term goals to dominate decision-making processes. The results of a longitudinal study on impulse control conducted by researchers at Stanford University further reinforce the validity of this approach. Participants who were conditioned to develop higher levels of self-control, primarily through practices focused on resisting instant rewards, demonstrated increased academic success and improved emotional resilience years later. In essence, cultivating the skill to delay gratification strengthens the neural pathways associated with self-regulation and decision-making, promoting long-term optimization of choices. Let's look at Liam, a software engineer who found himself continually distracted by the lure of quick rewards from browsing online during work hours. His ongoing habit of checking social media or indulging in online games often resulted in decreased productivity and heightened stress from missed deadlines. Recognizing this detrimental cycle, Liam determined to actively resist these immediate distractions by focusing on his long-term career aspirations. To implement this, Liam adopted a two-pronged strategy. First, he began using timers to allocate dedicated, uninterrupted work periods, during which he fully embraced the task at hand. He set a timer for 25 minutes, often referred to as the Pomodoro technique, after which he would permit himself a brief reward, such as a quick check of social media or a snack break. This method allowed Liam to enjoy those instant gratifications without letting them derail his focus. Moreover, Liam visualized the benefits that arose from each successful completion of a work session. He reminded himself how meeting his deadlines would enhance his reputation in his workplace and bring him closer to his aspirations of earning a promotion. With a clear understanding of what he stood to gain in the future, Liam found it easier to prioritize the long-term reward over transient temptations. Research in behavioral psychology reinforces what Liam experienced. Studies have shown that immediate rewards are often outweighed by the eventual satisfaction derived from achieving significant goals. Engaging regularly in exercises that reflect on long-term aspirations builds a robust foundation for resisting impulsive decisions and creates an emotional connection to future successes. As Liam integrated these practices into his life, he began to notice an increase in his productivity and a sense of pride in his improved self-discipline. This reinforced his motivation to continue resisting distractions. His transformation illustrates how harnessing the skill of delaying gratification develops a more profound sense of agency, leading to higher emotional intelligence and fulfillment. This method affirms your personal power over circumstances. In this chapter, you have cultivated the essential skills to manage impulses and focus on sustainable long-term satisfaction. The next section will offer you practical, hands-on techniques aimed at reinforcing your newly established ability to resist instant gratification, ensuring you're equipped for lasting success. As you journey forward, remember that these small choices sharpen your focus and drive you closer to meaningful accomplishments. Your progress is a testament to the strength you possess. Embrace it with courage. As we delve into practical strategies for resisting instant gratification, it's essential to embrace actionable steps that will guide you toward success. The focus here is on implementing daily practices that empower you to make conscious choices aligned with your long-term goals. By integrating these strategies into your routine, you'll not only cultivate discipline, but also experience small wins that will help build your momentum. Start by developing a clear awareness of what triggers your impulses. Take the time to identify specific situations where you tend to succumb to instant gratification, be it browsing your phone during work, overeating because of stress, or neglecting your exercise routine. Keep a journal to document these triggers and your feelings at the moment. Reflecting on your choices can help you understand how often impulsivity affects your daily decisions. Once you've identified your triggers, create strategies for yourself to counteract them. For instance, if social media distracts you during work hours, consider implementing block time. Allocate certain hours of your day specifically for focused work. During these blocks, eliminate distractions by removing your phone from your vicinity or using applications that block social media sites until your tasks are complete. Setting a timer, as mentioned earlier, can greatly enhance your focus. When the timer goes off, give yourself a small gratification break to engage in an enjoyable activity, providing both structure and reward in your workflow. Another powerful technique is to practice mindfulness. Spend a few minutes daily on mindfulness exercises, such as meditation or deep breathing. During these moments, pay attention to your thoughts, notice when impulses arise, and practice observing them without judgment. Acknowledge the urge, but remind yourself that acting on these impulses can lead to feelings of regret later. Incorporating mindfulness strengthens your ability to respond to urges with awareness, helping you prevent instant despondency from taking control of your reactions. Visualizing your long-term goals can also reinforce your commitment to resisting instant gratification. Dedicate a few minutes each day to visualize your aspirations vividly. Picture yourself successfully achieving a significant goal and immerse yourself in the feelings that come with that success. Use this visualization during vulnerable moments to remind yourself of what you are working towards. Connecting with that vision can empower you to choose disciplined actions over fleeting pleasures. As you navigate this journey, celebrate your small wins. These victories might include sticking to your planned work time, successfully avoiding distractions, or even just staying mindful of your urges throughout the day. Acknowledge these accomplishments, no matter how small, because they build confidence and fortify your resolve. Create positive affirmations aligned with resisting instant gratification. Examples such as, "I choose long-term gains over momentary pleasures," or "every small step leads to great achievements," can serve as powerful reminders to keep your focus on your objectives. Repeat these affirmations during challenging moments to reinforce your commitment. As we wrap up this chapter, prepare to dive deeper into the next segment, which will explore building a vision-driven life. This will empower you to align your daily actions with your aspirations, transforming the way you approach your goals. Remember, you have the strength to foster the mindset necessary for resisting instant gratification and investing in a fulfilling future. Before moving on, please take a moment to connect with the community at Mindset Liberation. Subscribe for insightful content that supports your journey Give this chapter a like if you found value in it, and share your insights in the comments. Your experiences and thoughts can inspire others and create a thriving environment for everyone on this path of growth. Together, you are paving a transformative journey filled with potential and achievement. Chapter 6. Building a Vision-Driven Life. Creating a vision-driven life is not just about setting goals. It's about crafting a meaningful narrative that propels you toward a fulfilling future. This chapter is dedicated to empowering you with the wisdom to build a life anchored in a clear and compelling vision. When you intentionally shape your aspirations and align your everyday actions with a broader purpose, you cultivate a powerful mindset that transforms challenges into opportunities for growth and success. The journey of a vision-driven life is an invitation to reconnect with your authentic self and actively engage in steering your life in the desired direction. The concept of visioning has deep roots in psychological science and personal development methodologies. At its core, a clear vision serves as a guiding light that directs decision-making and enables individuals to navigate life's complexities with intention. Research from Stanford University emphasizes the relationship between proactive goal setting and overall life satisfaction. In their findings, individuals who articulated their visions for the future experienced heightened motivation and commitment toward their goals and a greater sense of well-being. This highlights a profound truth. People who dare to dream and visualize their future tend to take actionable steps to manifest it. In practical terms, consider the inspiring journey of Maria, a woman whose dream was to become a community leader dedicated to social change. For years, she felt aimless, lost in her career, and unsure of her impact. It wasn't until she joined a personal development workshop that she learned the importance of crafting a vision. The workshop encouraged Maria to visualize her ideal future self, documenting her aspirations on paper. This process allowed her to clarify not only her professional goals, but also her core values and the legacy she wanted to leave. Driven by her newfound clarity, Maria set specific, measurable objectives to pursue her vision. From organizing community outreach programs to enrolling in leadership courses, each step was tied directly to the vision she crafted. As she worked on bringing her dream to life, those around her began to notice her transformation. Maria radiated enthusiasm and authenticity, and her passion inspired others to rally behind her cause. A pivotal moment occurred during one of her community events. She realized that by actively engaging with her vision, she had earned the respect and admiration of her peers, reinforcing her belief in her purpose. Statistics reinforce Maria's experience. Studies illustrate that individuals with a strong sense of purpose report lower levels of anxiety and higher levels of happiness and fulfillment. According to a meta-analysis published in the journal Psychological Bulletin, a clear sense of purpose is associated with a reduced risk of mental health challenges and improved resilience during stressful times. Adopting a vision-driven mindset connects you not only with your goals, but also with a profound sense of agency and empowerment. Embarking on the journey to create a vision-driven life is a universal quest that resonates across diverse backgrounds and experiences. The realization that you hold the power to shape your future breeds a sense of confidence that propels you forward. As you build your vision, you become the architect of your lived experience, capable of navigating uncertainty and transforming obstacles into invaluable stepping stones. In this chapter, you will learn how to cultivate a compelling vision of your own, developing practical methods to integrate it into your daily life. This process promises to nurture your understanding of purpose and direction, paving an empowering pathway toward your aspirations. Through actionable insights and reflections, you will begin to see how small daily steps culminate in significant transformations. Prepare to take charge of your journey toward becoming the author of your life's narrative. The time to create the future you've always desired is now. Crafting a vision-driven life is an exceptionally effective approach for navigating the complexities of personal growth and fulfillment. This method empowers individuals to establish a deep-rooted sense of purpose, anchoring their passions and aspirations in a manner that fosters clarity and commitment. By focusing on a compelling vision, individuals are equipped to overcome obstacles and distractions that may arise along the path to their goals. A clearly delineated vision provides a framework for decision-making, ensuring that each choice aligns with the overarching dream, thereby enhancing motivation and resilience. The effectiveness of having a clear vision is supported by a wealth of scientific evidence, demonstrating the profound impact that goal-oriented thinking can have on behavior and emotional well-being. Research in the field of psychology emphasizes that people with a well-defined sense of purpose demonstrate superior emotional regulation and resilience. A study led by researchers at the University of Michigan found that individuals who engage in visioning exercises report higher levels of life satisfaction and adaptive coping strategies in response to stress. By envisioning their future, participants were more capable of visualizing themselves navigating challenges and remained committed to achieving their long-term objectives. Essentially, having a vision nurtures the psyche, allowing individuals to lean into their ambitions rather than retreating when faced with difficulties. Let's explore the story of Alex, a young professional who felt stuck in a monotonous job with no clear trajectory. He often found himself saying yes to requests that derailed his progress and left him exhausted. After attending a workshop on creating a vision-driven life, Alex experienced a radical shift. He took the time to articulate his true passions and mapped out a vision statement that resonated deeply with his core values and aspirations. His vision reflected not only his career goals, but also how he wanted to contribute to the community and develop meaningful relationships. With a fresh perspective, Alex committed to integrating this vision into his daily habits. He made small, deliberate changes, such as dedicating time each week to volunteer at local organizations aligned with his values and pursuing professional development opportunities that would advance his career. As he began to connect his day-to-day actions with his vision, Alex found himself invigorated by the sense of purpose it imparted. Every decision, no matter how small, became purposeful, guiding him when faced with challenges. Research supports Alex's experience. In a survey published in the Journal of Happiness Studies, individuals who reported having a strong personal vision exhibited increased well-being and life satisfaction. Their ability to link daily actions with the pursuit of meaningful goals fostered a level of motivation that propelled them toward success. The neural pathways engaged during this process also reinforce instances of self-efficacy and confidence, creating beneficial habits that foster further growth. Moreover, having a clear vision enhances time management and prioritization. When distractions arise or unexpected situations occur, individuals anchored to a robust vision can easily realign their focus and energy on what truly matters, freeing themselves from the numbing effects of burnout and aimlessness. This recognizable approach helps build an empowered mindset, enabling you to say no to distractions while saying yes to what advances your vision. The path to a vision-driven life proves that transformation is achievable and deeply within your reach. Embracing a clearer sense of purpose, you can navigate life's challenges with resilience and confidence. Let's prepare to shift our attention in the next section toward actionable steps you can take to solidify your vision and further integrate it into your everyday life. Your journey toward profound fulfillment depends on the clarity, intention, and commitment you infuse into your aspirations, transforming potential into reality. You have already taken the first step. Now let's deepen that commitment and guide you through manifesting your best self. To embark on the journey of building a vision-driven life, it's essential to break the process down into actionable steps that you can embrace immediately. This method will empower you to take ownership of your aspirations and create a path filled with intention. By arming yourself with practical exercises and mindsets, you can cultivate the motivation needed to bring your vision to life. Begin by crafting a detailed vision statement. Take time to sit down in a quiet space where you can reflect without distractions. Close your eyes and visualize the life you wish to lead. Think about your career, relationships, health, and contributions to your community. What does success look like for you? Write down your vision statement, ensuring it captures your deepest desires and outlines the long-term dreams that ignite your passion. This statement should be powerful and concise, serving as a compass that guides your daily decisions and actions. Next, break your vision down into specific, actionable goals. These smaller goals will serve as stepping stones, helping to bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. Ensure that each goal is SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, if your vision involves becoming a community leader, your goals might include researching community issues, attending local meetings, and networking with like-minded individuals within the next 3 months. Writing these goals down and setting deadlines creates accountability, making it easier to track your progress. Incorporate daily habits that align with your vision. Consider establishing a morning routine that effectively sets the tone for each day. Begin with intentionality, taking a few moments to read or recite your vision statement. Establish a consistent time each morning to visualize your goals, drawing on the emotions associated with their attainment. This repetitive practice strengthens neural pathways in your mind, solidifying your commitment to the vision and enhancing your determination to pursue it. Another powerful technique is to keep what's called a vision journal. Each day, take a few minutes to write down reflections related to your vision and progress towards your goals. Document the steps you've taken, the challenges you face, and the emotions you experience along the way. Celebrating small wins in your journal helps you stay motivated and reinforces the realization that each step contributes to your broader vision. Recognizing and honoring these achievements, even if they feel minor, builds confidence and encourages persistence. In moments where you face distractions or setbacks, remind yourself why your vision matters. Practice reframing obstacles into opportunities for growth by asking yourself what you can learn from each situation. This mindset shift empowers you to embrace uncertainty while remaining anchored to your purpose. As we wrap up this chapter, remember that building a vision-driven life is a dynamic journey filled with opportunities for reflection and growth. The practices you now have in your toolkit will affirm your identity as an architect of your destiny, reinforcing your capability to shape the future you envision. As we conclude this journey through Forget the Spotlight, why success isn't about standing out, we've explored the powerful tools necessary for transforming your mindset and navigating the complexities of personal growth. We began by mastering self-discipline, learning to embrace discomfort daily, and cultivating patience and grit, all vital components for personal resilience. We then focused on rewiring our perceptions of rewards and resisting instant gratification to create a brighter future. Finally, we centered on building a vision-driven life, which allowed us to craft compelling aspirations that guide our daily actions. Each chapter has equipped you with practical strategies designed to empower you to take control of your journey, transition from self-doubt to self-efficacy, and embrace the richness of your unique path. Thank you for taking the time to engage with this content. Your journey matters, and every step you take propels you toward the success that aligns with your true self. If you found value in this material, please remember to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. Your support fosters a community committed to growth and empowerment, and together, we can all work towards our utmost potential.